today. My name is Mary, and I'm the X-ray cross stitcher. I am so thrilled to be able to meet more of you. I have been lurking around in a lot of FlossTubers comments for quite some time, and I decided it was time for me to start making my own videos. So I am so happy you came and are going to get to know me, and I can't wait to get to know you all. So comment, ask questions, let's interact and have a really awesome time. For our agenda today, I am going to go through the Get to Know Your Needleworker tag. I have 10 questions just about me in general so you can get to know me more. And then I'm going to go through my WIPs. I have 11 different WIPs because, I just had a new start because, that's what we do. So 11 WIPs, and then I'm going to go through some things I've acquired throughout the last couple of months. I've just kind of been putting in a bin so I can share it with you. Then I'm going to go over just a couple plans, and then we'll be done. So thank you for coming by again, and let's get started. So the first question on Get to Know Your Needleworker tag is ask me where I live. I live in Indiana, approximately 15-20 minutes north of Indianapolis. I have lived here for almost 14 years. Before that, I lived in Iowa, specifically Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and I also lived in Iowa City for a little while. If you don't know, they just had like an inland hurricane in Iowa, like a landlocked in the middle of the country hurricane. It's not getting a lot of national coverage. So I encourage you, please go Google it, look at pictures, share pictures so they can get more attention. There's like 10 million acres of crops have been destroyed. There are trees that have toppled on homes, cars. Thousands of people don't have power. Food is going bad. I mean, it is awful. So please, if you feel inclined to, share some pictures so we can get more national attention and they can get some help that they really need. Okay, sorry about that. We have like this big bay window in our living room, and my dog likes to sit in there and give his opinions about everything he sees go by. So he just went outside to frolic and play. He's fine. Okay, so I was going on to the second question about what I do for a living. I am an X-ray tech. So I work at a county hospital south of Indianapolis. I graduated from X-ray school in May of 2019. I absolutely love my job. It is an amazing job. It is challenging. It is interesting. I feel like I'm really helping people. Right now it can be difficult. We're getting a lot of sick people come in, and then there's just, precautions I need to take to make sure I keep my family healthy. So it has been difficult this year, but I wouldn't trade my job for anything. It is an amazing career, and it's wonderful. I love the people I work with. I love my hospital. I love it. The third question is if I have children. Do I have children? And I do. I have 2 boys. I have a 12-year-old who just started 7th grade. And then I have a 6-year-old who just started 1st grade. So they are great kids. We have lots of fun together. They actually, over the summer, they built a tree house out back with their dad while I worked. His dad stayed home with them for about a month while I worked, and they made the most amazing tree house. I'll have to show pictures in another video because this one's going to be kind of long, and all the cool stuff that they've done. So they're wonderful kids. The fourth question asks about pets, and yes, I have a doggo. His name is Bruce. He's like a retriever mix, maybe with a boxer, maybe, who knows. He's a muddy mutt, but he's a great animal. We love him so much. He's fun. We got a fence put up for him, and he has just been in dog heaven. He is awesome. And then we have a cat named Lucy. We found her as a kitten about 6 years ago, and so we kept her. We love her. She's probably about the same age as my youngest son. And then we have a leopard gecko, and his name is Herky. Funny story about Herky. Herky is the name of the Iowa Hawkeye mascot, and my husband didn't realize it at first. He didn't know like where Herky came from, and by the time like he figured it out, like it was a well-established name, so we got to keep it. He's an IU fan and I'm a Hawkeye fan. It gets kind of ugly around football season here. What are my other hobbies? I don't really have a lot of other hobbies. I like to read. I read quite a bit, especially like cozy mysteries. I really love that genre. But other than that, cross-stitching is really my main hobby. The next question is what my favorite movie is. This one was hard. Knives Out came out recently, and it was probably the last movie I went to before quarantine, and it's really a really good movie. It's on Amazon Prime now if you haven't watched the movie. I also like that old Clue movie from the 80s. That movie's fantastic. Also, I like watching like The Labyrinth and that old Return to Oz movie. I think it's on Disney Plus now with the creepy Wheelers. That's a good one. My kids won't watch that. It freaks them out, but I think it's fantastic. Next question. Favorite TV show? I don't watch a ton of TV. There was a show in the early 2000s called Monk, and it's about a detective who has like obsessive compulsive disorder and like post-traumatic stress. It's a really good show. I really liked that one. I watch some British mysteries like the Agatha Christie mysteries I really like. There's one called Jonathan Creek that's really good. We like Doctor Who, so we're big old nerds in this house, and it's fantastic. We have like BritBox, which is like a British streaming service, and they have like great British mysteries, and they also have all the old Doctor Who shows, and so we kind of alternate between the old ones and the new ones. So my oldest, he loves it, and so he gets to see like the first Doctor, and so that's been awesome and fun. We usually do that like maybe a couple times a week. He gets to stay up a little bit late and watch old Doctor Who. So the next question, what is my favorite book? That is another hard one. I love to read. Harry Potter is always kind of like my go-to. I've read them I don't know how many times. I'm looking at my bookshelf. Oh, Dr. Zhivago is like a Russian book that's really good. I'm sure several of you have seen the movies. The book is fantastic. The John Irving book, Until I Find You. That book is really, really good. I've always liked John Irving. That one is particularly fantastic. And then Kurt Vonnegut's Player Piano is another one of my favorites. I need to reread that. It's been quite some years since I've read that one. It's a good one. The next question is what my favorite music is. I don't listen to tons and tons of music. I have like a long commute, but I tend to listen to audiobooks most of the time. When I do listen to music, it's like 80s, 90s alternative. I do listen to some heavy metal, but I don't listen to a lot of music. I prefer listening to the audiobooks. Then this one was really hard. I actually had to ask my family for help. So it's one word that best describes me. The only word I could come up with was tired. I mean, you guys get it. Parents, you get it. Even if you're not a parent, you get it. Life is busy. Life can be hard, especially right now. So I am tired. So I asked my family, give me one word that you feel describes me. My husband said peculiar, and I thought that was brilliant. I loved it. I love being a little odd, a little quirky. My youngest said that I was big. Fair enough. He's not even 4 feet tall. I'm kind of big. I'm only like 5'5", but to him I'm big. And then my oldest said I was considerate. So that was rather sweet of him. He's a very sweet boy. So that is all for the 10 questions. If you have more questions you'd like to know, things that you want to get to know me, just leave some comments. I'd love to interact with you. I also have a Facebook and an Instagram for this channel. They're pretty empty right now. Don't be alarmed, like if you follow me, it's like, whoa, there's like one picture. They're brand new. I'm planning on adding pictures of all my WIPs now that they're all out of the Q-snaps and stuff. Right now I'm going to take pictures and add all of that. So feel free. My email is there too if you prefer to email me. Whatever works best for you works for me. Okay, so let's go through my 11 WIPs. Most of these were started either in 2019 or 2020. I kind of started cross stitching. I think it was in 2018 I started kind of dabbling, but most of the projects I picked, I made the mistake, the rookie mistake, is when I did some of my gridding in pencil. That doesn't wash out. Don't grid in pencil. You will regret it. So most of those I just quit working on. I plan on restarting them at some point, but right now I have so many projects that I enjoy. I'm fine with it. At some point all those will get restarted. Whatever. I will do my best to remember to like give you details on fabric and all that. I don't have it, since I'm new at this, I really don't have a rhythm. So if I forget stuff, you can feel free to ask me. I will have links to all these projects in the description box. Most of the stuff is on 18 count Ada. That's kind of what I go to. Some of it I've self-dyed, some of it I haven't. I will also make sure I will insert pictures of all of what they look like when they're finished. So here we go, let's get started. This first one is called Planet Dragons. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. And then here is where I'm at. I'm on page 3. This is going to be a gift for my oldest son. I have decided that I'm going to do like big projects for them for when they graduate high school. So they'll have one gigantic project. Here is where I am. I'm on page 3. I started doing this like with parking block by block. But then, as you all know, Pattern Keeper happened. And so now, sorry, there it is. Now, sorry, this is hard. I am color completing by page. So this is like the second dragon here. His wings are starting to come in. I try to stitch on this 200 stitches a day. And if I continue to do that, it'll be done by the time he's in 10th grade. I kind of did get away from stitching on it every day when quarantine happened because the boys were always home. Always home. So I kind of got away from stitching on it, but I've really picked it back up. I've like filled all this in within the last just couple days, maybe 3 or 4 days. So that's coming along well. It's beautiful. I love it. 18 count white Ada, all the called for DMC. It's gorgeous. I can't remember the artist off the top of my head, but once again, it'll be linked. Feel free to check it out. Okay, my next project is like a side skull, like a lateral skull x-ray. I started this one on December 2019. Here's what it's going to look like when it's done. And then here's where I am. I have this is the first, and then like the second page. This is like the third, and then the fourth. The fourth page is rather small. So as you can see, like in most x-rays, it's like white and black. This one is like black and like blues, which I think is pretty cool. Love it. Oh, the fabric is 18 count Ada that I got from Mystic Fabrics. I can't remember the exact name. I remember it was something to do with like snow and dirt combined, so it's like snert or something along those lines. It's so soft and so nice to work on. I really, really like this fabric. I got that pattern on Etsy. I can't remember the designer's name. It's down below if you're interested. Okay, this next one you guys will recognize, I'm sure, and love. This is Templar Prophecy by Long Dog Samplers. Here's what it'll look like when it's done. And then here's where I am. 18 count Ada, my favorite. I dyed this myself with dark brown and tan Rit. There we go. I have finished the first 4 pages, and so I just have this little bit over here. And I'm definitely going to be getting this out soon and finishing this top section. I'm using 310 DMC. I am planning on doing more Long Dog Samplers. They are so fun to stitch. I'm kind of thinking I'll kind of keep the fabric similar and like change up the floss that I use. But I love this one. It's one of my favorites. I wonder how many times I'm going to say it's one of my favorites. Probably several. I started that one in July 2019, if I didn't say that. The next one I have is the Giant Harry Potter by Clouds Factory. Here's what it'll look like when it's done. And then here's where I'm at. This was started January 20th of 2020. I dyed this 18 count Ada myself. Dark gray and tan probably is what I used. And here is where I am. Now, see this? Yes, that is the DMC light effects. I have regrets. A lot of regrets. I kind of stalled on this project due to that regret. Like, I am so tempted just to rip it all out and start with a different floss, because there's a lot of this floss. I also kind of struggled because it's Ada. It was hard for me to get those fractional stitches. They don't look great. Like, those letters are kind of funky and not great. Am I going to redo them? Oh no. Like, seriously, I think I ripped those out 5 or 6 times a piece before I was satisfied. But, I mean, I love this project. It's just, oh, that floss. Why didn't I listen to you all? You all said this stuff was evil. I'm like, oh, how bad could it be? Yeah, it's bad. Real bad. It's impossible to work with. Excuse me. Get a drink. I haven't finished my coffee yet, y'all. It's my Hawkeye mug. Yes, I'm a slurper. Sorry. Sorry. My dog was having opinions outside. We had to go have a talk. My next one is called Little Hoots. This is what it'll look like when it's done. And here's where I am. I have stalled on getting this done. Like, this didn't really take me that long. But those snowflakes. You see them? You see all those little snowflakes? Not a fan. Also, I don't think I really like stitching Christmas things because I'm not a huge fan of winter. I don't like snow, don't like ice. So I really want to get this done. Like, he needs a Christmas stocking. I want to do Christmas stockings for all of us, but you betcha the next one's not going to have 100 little snowflakes. When did I start this? Did I tell you? August 2019. Is it going to be done for this Christmas? No. Did I say it would be? Yeah, I did. This is all the Kit Ada 14 count, like stiff blue stuff, and then all the flosses that came with the kit. Alright, the next one is another Heaven and Earth Designs. It's called Torso and Arms. Here's what it'll look like when it's done. And then here's where I am. Once again, 18 count Ada. I'm not very far in this. I haven't been working on it too much. Here's where it is. I think this is a Da Vinci, like a page from like his journals or whatever. Once again, the same thing I'm doing with Planet Dragons. Sorry. I started out by block, and now I'm doing color completion throughout the page. And it's going tons faster. And this is a monster. Like, this goes on forever. Why do I do this? But I couldn't help it. Like, really? Bones and skeletons like that? I had to. So, that one will be done when, I don't know, someday. Okay, my next one I started in March of 2020. I was watching Oh So Crafty, and she did, like, you know, that beautiful Christmas Mill Hill Village she did. I wanted to do a Halloween one. And so Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World is doing one, and so she kind of motivated me to get started. I think she's doing hers in like a 3x3 block, so she'll have 9 houses. I'm doing it like long ways, so I'll have 10. So I'm probably going to do like 2 houses, and then like something else Halloween themed in the middle. But this is where I'm at. This is the library. This will be my first time doing the beading. I've never done beading before. And here, oh, I forgot. Here's what it'll look like when it's done. Too. So this is really fun. I just need to get working on it. That's what they all say. All right, the next one is a periodic table that my oldest son wanted me to do for him. So here's what it's going to look like when it's done. And then here's where I'm at. I started this May 18th of 2020, and I've made a lot of progress on it. This is an Etsy find. I'll have it linked. I'm not going to be able to show this all. So this is, again, 18 count Ada. I dyed, this is probably one of my favorite dye jobs. I used tan, dark brown, and gray. So you can see I'm almost done with the atomic numbers. And then after the atomic numbers are done, I'm going to start on the names and the atomic weights of all of them. Yeah, this looks pretty incredible. So this is a really fun stitch, actually. It's a lot of back stitching, but it's fun. All right, moving right along. I think we're on number 9 now. This is Ink Circles 99, so it's all the beer bottles. I started this on April 18th of 2020. Again, 18 count Ada, my go-to. I dyed this one using dark brown, blue, probably gray. Here's what it'll look like when it's done. And then here's where I am. I have the first shelf done. This is a really fun stitch. I really enjoy it. So this will go up in our kitchen when it's finished. So number 10 is called Alice with Flamingo. This is what it'll look like when it's done. Off the Grid Needle Arts. Caroline did a feature, like a designer, I think it was in May. This is where I found this pattern. Her name is Miss Piggity, I think. There's where I am. This is such a fun stitch. Like, it goes so fast. Like, I started this one. When did I say? This got started on May 18th, and look at how far I've gotten. Like, the pages on here are pretty small. They're not like Haid pages. They're only like this is 2 pages right here. This section right here is 2 pages. I love this. I have the whole set. So there's the White Rabbit, the Queen, the Cheshire Cat, and then the Mad Hatter. So I'm going to do them all. Alright, and our last one is a new start that I just started. When did I start it? The 6th of this month of August. This one is called Poe Portrait. It's another Heaven and Earth Designs. Here's what it looks like when it's going to be done. And then here's where I'm at. Not much to see. You probably can't see even that well. Just kind of light stitches. Again, the 18 count Ada, all the called for DMC. It's going to be so pretty when it's done. Again, another monster. I don't do small projects. I don't know if you noticed that. Did you see one small project? No? No, you didn't. Okay, so that's everything. Once again, if I forgot any details, it'll be linked. So next, let's go on to haul. So I have like my bin. I put like in my bin, I put all my projects, I put all my haul right here. Where is it? I see it's a little video game thing. Eventually I'm going to get this whole mirror imaged thing and I will stop jerking my stuff around. So my first thing, I did my first Friday night fight night from Bestitch Me a few weeks ago. Man, her stuff is good. Just saying. So this was the first thing that I ordered from her. 18 count Ada. Because I love it. Here's this. Isn't it pretty? I don't think it technically has like a name. Oh, this is an 18 count. This is 16 count. I lied. So pretty. And then on this is what's going to go on it. Can you see with the glare? Lady Justice. There we go. And I'm going to use Gary from the Sunshine Stitchers. I'm going to use his skin conversion because it's gorgeous. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with her hair yet, but this is going to be a start soon because I love it. Love it. And then when you buy from her in a week, she usually will have like giveaways. So if you do the Friday night fight night and you make a purchase, you can enter in her giveaways. So I did, and I won this guy. This is 28 count linen and hibiscus. Look at how pretty that is. I don't know what's going to live on this yet, but it doesn't matter what lives on it because it's going to be fantastic. Just look. It's so pretty. There's that. Now this purchase, this next one, I made a long time ago. It says Silks from You, Hank, but you all get shipping and all that. It's beautiful though. I had no problem waiting. This is a Hank, what's the number? Sorry, crinkle, crinkle. PR146. It's a purple and black. Oh man, that's way brighter than it is. It's more of like a dark purple into like a dark black. Definitely not that bright. I am going to use this, and I'm going to stitch the Pilgrim with this from Long Dog Samplers. So pretty. I love silk. Oh my gosh. So wonderful. So soft. And I got that from Silks for You. They're great. They're just, shipping takes a long time. Okay, so next, the next pair started because of another Friday night fight night, and then I had to get patterns to go with them because that's what you do. I got her silks. She started dyeing silks. There we go. It's showing up pretty well. This is called Wicked. And I'm going to stitch, I don't know how well, I might insert a picture if it doesn't show up very well. Ink circles, which one? Wings and Things is what I'm going to use this with. And then yesterday I dyed some fabric. This one ended up with like a few imperfections, but it's not enough for me to like redo. So it's going to be that, this. I know it looks kind of crazy, but I think that's going to be fantastic. And then next, I ordered 2 skeins of silk during that Friday night fight night. This one, I can't remember what this one was called. Stone Through the Ages or something. I can't remember exactly. But it's like a gray, greeny, more green than probably gray. And then for this, I'm going to stitch that. This. A ghostly mandala, is that what it's called? Yeah. And then the fabric I'm going to use this. It turned out a little bit more pastel, probably than I was expecting. But once again, when I dye fabric, I literally just dump stuff until I think it might look okay. And then I'm just like, okay, it's fine. I'm like, I don't have high expectations when I dye fabric. I just dump right. All right. So with the flosses, I also won another giveaway when I got those flosses. And this is what I got. It's probably really shiny. There we go. It's an octopus biscornu. I love octopus. Like, they're one of my favorite animals. They're so clever and beautiful. So that was a perfect win. So a few more patterns and we'll be about done here. I got this one at my local needle workshop called Persnickety Stitches. And this is what I got. It's Praiseworthy Stitches, Bump in the Night Farm. Now, there are 955 colors in this, at least. I mean, at least. It's beautiful, but this one's going to wait a little while because there's a lot of fancy flosses, there's beads, there's all sorts of things. But I love some Halloween patterns. But, yeah. I have a lot to accumulate for that one. And then the next is one I'm sure many of you will recognize, and I couldn't resist this because I've been looking at this forever, and I finally got it. Of course, it's Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. So amazing. I'm probably going to start this one in October. And then I have all the flosses in here. So this one's like kitted and all ready to go with all the beautiful DMC. And then I dyed some fabric for this one and it turned out amazing. Here's what I'm going to use. So this one is like tan, dark brown, gray, and orange. And it just looks so fall-y to me. It's so pretty. Okay, then the last thing in here, I think, is All Hallows Eve sampler, the new one that just came out from Joan Elliott. Try to get it out of the bag so we don't have as much of a glare. This one is so amazing, so pretty. I'm going to do it in the black DMC, but I'm going, like those spider webs that are all through here, I'm going to do that in glow in the dark. So this one, all bobbinated and kitted and ready to go, and then I dyed my fabric for it. It's very similar to that other green and purple fabric, only this one's a little darker. It's not quite as pastel. Pretty, hey? Again, 18 count Aida. Almost all my stuff's 18 count Aida. Turned out very nicely. Very, very happy with the way this one turned out. And so that's it for my haul. I also have a bunch of like ball tip needles. Love them. They're one of my favorites. Okay, so let's go through. I'm going to get my book here. We'll go through plans and we will be done, my friends. So for plans, I want to finish the atomic numbers on the periodic table and get those all done. Maybe even start the back stitching for like the names and atomic weights. I also want to get a page finish on, Alice with Flamingo. So I want to get that done. And then keep working on my planet dragons, getting those 200 stitches in, and then hopefully almost finish the top of Templar Prophecy. So we'll see if I accomplish that. I think I could. We'll see. I'm kind of, my work schedule for the next couple weeks is kind of crazy. I'm a PRN X-ray tech, so I go in like as needed. So my hours are all over. Sometimes I will have a first shift, and then the very next day I'll work third. So I flip-flop all the time. Hence, tired was my word, because my sleep schedule has no regularity whatsoever. So that is what I have. Thank you again for stopping by. When it comes to my future upload schedule, once again, because my work schedule is kind of funky, I'm going to try to do it like bi-monthly for starting out. I should be able to accomplish that. I will probably like film either on Tuesdays or Thursdays, because that's when my kids are in school. So just bear with me while I get the rhythm of my schedule. Thank you for dealing with my awkwardness. I'm an incredibly awkward person. So even though this is my first floss tube, I was incredibly awkward. As we go through, I'm going to stay fairly awkward, and I'm okay with that. So once again, thank you for joining me. Comment if you'd like, subscribe if you'd like, you do you. Feel free to contact me through any of my social media platforms, and I hope you are able to bring joy to someone today. Bye.